Good evening, everybody. I'm Chief Robert Gagne. I've got a short release that I'm going to read to you, and then I'm willing to take a couple of questions, but I don't have a whole lot more information than what I'm going to be giving out. What I am going to say has been copied, and we'll have copies here for you to take. Today at 2:18 p.m., the Orange Police Department responded to a reported homicide at 130, that's 130 Wild Rose Drive. Patrol officers and detectives arrived within minutes. The accused perpetrator was immediately located on Wild Rose Drive, a short distance from the home. He was immediately taken into custody by officers. He was unarmed and submitted to the arrest. The accused perpetrator has been identified as Timothy Granata, age 22, of 130 Wild Rose Drive. The victim was located in a room inside the residence and was pronounced dead by paramedics on scene. The victim has been identified as Claudia Granata, age 58, of 130 Wild Rose Drive. The victim was the mother of the accused. At this time, this remains an ongoing investigation, and our department is being assisted by the Connecticut State Police Central District Major Crime Squad, who will be processing the crime scene. An autopsy will be performed on the victim, and further details will be released after the body has been examined by the medical examiner. The accused has been charged with murder and will be arraigned at Derby Superior Court tomorrow morning. He is currently being held on a $2 million bond. The Granata family has asked us to convey that they wish to thank everyone for rallying around them at this difficult and tragic time, and are grateful for the prayers and thoughts. We also ask that you respect the family's privacy at this time. Okay, that's what I have prepared. I'm willing to take a couple of questions.
Any history of prior problems between the mother and son? Have police been out there in the past, or was this random?
That's currently under investigation. I'm not prepared to comment at this time.
What kind of weapon was used? How was the person?
I can't comment on that at this time.
Were there any mental health issues in play here?
No comment at this time.
What was his disposition when you found him? You said that he didn't have a weapon on him and he surrendered to police. Did he admit to doing this?
I can't comment on that at this time.
When was the last homicide in Orange?
The last homicide in Orange was 1992.
Have you ever responded to that house before?
Yes, we've been there on some burglar alarms, things of that nature. We're also researching other matters that we responded to.
Any sort of domestic issue?
Not that I can comment on at this time.
So where was he located relative to the house? I know you said it was...
He was on the road a short distance from the house. The house is towards the end of a cul-de-sac, and he was up the road a short distance from the house.
What signs of trauma did the victim show?
I can't comment on that at this time.
Do you know if the son was trying to get away, or was he just outside?
He was just outside.
Who called 911?
We got 911 calls from the family.
Other people in the house at the time?
We're looking into that still. A couple of family members came home. We're not sure who was in the house at the time of the homicide, other than the accused.
Does Timothy live with Claudia?
Yes.
How many children does she have?
There's 3 children, including the accused.
Is the family all from Orange?
The immediate family lives at 130 Wild Rose Drive. The victim, the children, and her husband.
Would you be able to describe Granata's demeanor when you first approached?
I can't really comment on that, but he did not struggle. He willingly submitted to the arrest very quickly.
The spelling for the last name?
Granata is Granata.
Thank you.
What was the name of the last homicide victim in Orange?
That was the perpetrator in that case was George Young, and it was coincidentally his mother as well that was the victim of the homicide. Any further questions
Do you know
at this
how
time?
long they lived there? And-
I do not have that information.
So where is Timothy now? Is he being questioned? What's going on?
Timothy is in custody here at the Orange Police Department, and he will be held here pending his arraignment tomorrow morning at 30 Superior Court.
Has he had any run-ins with the police department before?
That's something we're still looking into.
Has he had any incidents with any sort of police department? I mean, do you know, have you, I mean, does the department, are they familiar with his family?
That is something that our detectives are currently working on and piecing together. I'm not prepared to comment on that at this time.
Suspect was apprehended unarmed. Were there any weapons inside the home?
I can't comment at this time.
Why? I mean, would it jeopardize the investigation, or?
At this point, until the medical examiner rules what happened here, I'm not going to comment on that. As soon as I have that information, I'm happy to put that out to all of you.
So what makes you believe it was homicide then, if you're not sure how she died?
It was an obvious homicide. At this point, I can't discuss it any further, but once the medical examiner conducts their investigation into this, then I'll be prepared to give you all that information.
Were there drugs involved?
Unknown at this time.
Does Timothy have a history of drug abuse?
Unknown at this time.
Was Timothy going to school? Is he working?
Unknown. Unknown. These are all details that we'll get as we do our investigation and do the background. Any further questions at this point? Okay, thank you all, and as soon as we have more information to release, we'll get that out to you as soon as possible, and I appreciate your cooperation. Thanks.
Thank you.